Did you know you can get an electric car for under $5,000? Allow me to introduce the best-selling electric vehicle in the world, the Wuling Hongguang Mini EV. It has taken the industry by storm, achieving over 1 million sales within 2 years of its debut. In July 2022, the Mini EV surpassed other top-selling EVs, including the Tesla Model Y, securing the #1 position in the world's largest electric vehicle market, China. The well-known giant automaker General Motors, GM, partnered with SAIC and Wuling to manufacture affordable battery electric vehicles. This partnership was spurred by the Chinese government's substantial reward of 8,000 Yuan, equivalent to $1,125, for individuals who deregister their internal combustion engine cars that are 1 to 6 years old. Owners of ICE vehicles older than 6 years will receive a $1,407 EV subsidy upon replacement. With the increasing demand for electric vehicles in China and the country's dominance in the production of raw materials required for EV batteries and components, Chinese automakers have seized the perfect opportunity to conquer the EV market. As mentioned earlier, the SAIC, General Motors, and Wuling joint venture is divided into 3 parts based on their respective investments and revenues. SAIC Motors, one of China's largest automakers, holds the majority share of the 3-way joint venture at 50.1%. General Motors from Detroit owns 44%, making it the second largest investor, while Wuling holds the remaining 5.9%. Despite this, the Mini EV still bears the Wuling name and badge. General Motors and SAIC Motors have been business partners for the past 24 years, and now they have welcomed a new addition to the team. Let's delve into what these 3 companies have been working on and the milestones the Wuling Hongguang Mini EV has achieved. In its first year on the market, the Mini EV sold an astounding 119,255 units in just 24 weeks, making it the world's best-selling electric car, surpassing even the Tesla Model 3. In 2021, the competition intensified as the Mini EV outsold the Tesla Model 3 by a margin of 11,935 units. Last year, in 2022, the Mini EV sales surged to nearly 500,000 as other Chinese EV manufacturers propelled their sales upward. Despite already achieving great success with over 1.1 million sales of the Wuling Hongguang Mini EV in just 2 years, the SAIC GM Wuling venture is determined to drive even more sales. They have introduced a new payment plan for those who cannot afford the full price of the Mini EV. This new payment plan is available for 5 trims of the Wuling Mini EV. Buyers only need to pay the complete cost of the vehicle upfront, while the battery can be paid off monthly for 5 years. For the entry-level model, buyers would pay $2,838 for the vehicle and an additional $28 per month for 5 years, totaling $1,680 for the battery. This brings the total cost of the Wuling Hongguang Mini EV through the new battery plan to $4,518. The low profit did not stop Wuling and its sub-brand, Baojun, from producing more affordable electric vehicles. Wuling has been producing microvans for rural areas, farmers, and commercial purchasers, so making more of the Hongguang Mini EV is not surprising. Wuling themselves are planning to make another electric car similar to the Mini EV, known as the Air EV, which could be cheaper than the Mini EV or priced equally, and Wuling might later ship it to other continents for more sales. General Motors should at least use the same experience learned from producing very cheap electric vehicles with SAIC and Wuling to mass-produce BEVs for other markets like America and Europe. The founder and managing director of Sino Auto once said, "The Mini EV has attracted younger customers in China, and he believes General Motors can also go after the United States and other demanding markets where small city cars will perform better, such as Europe." With petrol prices increasing on a daily basis, it's unbelievable that most people are demanding cheaper electric vehicles. For instance, the Tata Nano, which is named as the world's cheapest car with a starting price of $2,000, still receives decent assessments. General Motors is investing $35 billion in electric vehicles 2 years from now, and if GM focuses on cheap cars for customers by leveraging these markets, they will compete and win against other automakers. In mid-2022, SAIC and Wuling launched the Wuling Hongguang Mini EV as the first all-electric vehicle from the joint venture. The Wuling Mini EV is available in distinct variants, with some upgrades differentiating one model from the other. Starting with the popular variant, the Mini EV Macaron, it was unveiled in April 2021. The Macaron Mini EV is a modified trim that comes in 3 colors and has better standard features. It is marketed as a personalized and superior trim that possesses improved darkened LED headlights, distinct exterior colors, and 2-tone alloy wheels. The new colors you'll find on this trim are avocado green, white peach pink, and lemon yellow. The Macaron also gets better safety technology compared to the last entry model, which consists of a rear-view camera, driver's side airbag, and low-speed road user warnings. The Macaron variant is fitted with a small electric motor that produces 20 kilowatts, 27 horsepower, and 63 pound-feet of torque. There's a Mini EV Cabrio variant, a convertible rendition of the smaller EV called the Mini EV Cabrio with a folding soft top, was revealed during the 2021 Shanghai Auto Show, with the vehicle body design based on the Mini Macaron. The production version vehicle body design is based on the Mini EV Game Boy version and was launched in September 2022. The other 2 variants are Freeze Nicro and the Game Boy Edition. The Mini EV Game Boy Edition was launched in March 2022, with the exterior being fully redesigned with a longer size, while the powertrain remains the same as the base Wuling Hongguang Mini EV, generating 27 horsepower and 63 pound-feet of torque, or a more powerful 40 horsepower and 81 pound-feet of torque, fitted to a 25.5 kilowatt-hours battery. Overall, the Hongguang Mini EV is rear-wheel drive, with a top speed of 100 km/62 miles per hour. There's a smaller 9.2 kilowatt-hours battery pack delivering 120 kilometers, 75 miles per charge, and there's another available 13.8 kilowatt-hours battery that can drive up to 170 kilometers, 110 miles. A 26.5 kilowatt-hours model can travel up to 280 kilometers, 170 miles, according to CLTC estimated range, with an optional more powerful 30 kilowatts, 40 horsepower. The Mini EV features a different exterior design depending on the trim level. The Mini EV Macaron's interior has exterior color-matching inlays for the door handles and accents around the controls. These are quite basic, with 3 knobs for temperature control and a tiny LCD screen for the radio. There are also 2 USB Type-A connectors for playing music or charging a gadget. The instrument panel is a full-color digital screen, which may speak to the affordability of display parts. This panel displays basic statistics like speed, battery range, and power usage, as well as a nice 3D depiction of the Mini EV. The Macaron version gains a reversing camera, which is also visible on the screen. The fact that the Wuling Hongguang Mini EV can seat 4 people is perhaps the biggest surprise. After all, the automobile is less than 3 meters long, or 2,920 millimeters. However, squeezing adults onto those back seats is not exactly comfortable. However, because the Mini EV is higher than it is broad, 1,621 millimeters, headspace is excellent. There are also ISOFIX child seat connectors, and the seats are ideally suited for children. The lack of actual headrests for adults makes any long journey uncomfortable. Although there is a hatch at the back, there is no actual trunk. The area might contain something extremely tiny. However, the bottom is occupied with charging cords. The back seats, on the other hand, can be independently pushed down and drawn up with a strap, which is necessary if you wish to transport anything other than people. The Mini EV had a price starting at below $4,500 for the base trim and topped out at $5,700 for a fully loaded model, making it the cheapest car in China. GM's Wuling Mini EV has been successful. It has inspired a huge number of competitors in the country, including the BAW S3, Cheryl QQ Ice Cream, and Wuling Hongguang Mini EV. We are now also starting to see bigger small EVs that are far better than the previous generations, such as the latest BYD Seagull, coming onto the market for about $10,480 in China. General Motors is yet to execute their plan to produce an affordable electric vehicle that costs just $30,000 for the base trim with a driving range of 250 miles on a single charge. If Tesla, Ford, and other EV makers follow the same route as GM, the EV market will be flooded with a lot of affordable electric vehicles for everyone.